pretty unusual animals here at the Reptarium. No more crazy than Brillo here. We're gonna feed some of the most unusual animals here. Brillo is incredible. Of course, a 6-banded armadillo from South America. And yeah, I think he liked that a tremendous amount. It's just a little squeezable and he loves it. These are little treats. Of course, he eats a lot of vegetations and fruit. Come on, buddy, you want a little bit more? Stand up. Oh, he loves it. This is like such a little treat for him. We don't give it to him that often, but when he does, oh my God, it's the cutest thing. He just goes absolutely crazy for it. So we're gonna pick out the most unusual and crazy animals here and feed them today at the Reptarium. Mike?
Yeah.
Is he over there? Mike, you know we have some unusual animals here at the Reptarium. What's one animal you think is really, really unusual?
Vlad's pretty weird.
Vlad is definitely weird. Let's feed him. And Vlad, of course, is a European glass lizard, or what they call a legless lizard, a really unusual animal. And one of the reasons they call him glass lizard, the tail can actually break into a bunch of different pieces. But this is one freaky lizard. Look at him coming out. Oh, he's going. And these guys love bugs. I mean, he'll eat roaches, he'll eat superworms, he'll eat pretty much any type of bug. And there's no doubt it's really interesting, right? Because it looks like a snake, but it's an actual lizard. The thing that really determines that they're lizards are a few different things. Number one, he has eyelids. Of course, snakes don't have eyelids and can't close their eyes. And of course, his tail is the majority of the length of his body. Whereas with the snake, the majority of its body is his body and just a short tail on the end. Really interesting evolutionary thing. This is definitely kind of a step between lizards and snakes. These guys are absolutely incredible. And of course, the other difference is they don't have that ability to stretch their jaw to eat large meals like snakes. But still, although Vlad is unusual, he is freaking awesome.
You see Beetlejuice's new enclosure? Watch out!
Careful. Don't knock, seriously, don't knock stuff over. What do you think is an unusual animal here at the Reptarium? We're feeding the craziest, weirdest stuff.
The Goliath bird or your tarantula.
Let's do it. Definitely a wild animal. I mean, one of the largest tarantulas on the planet. The heaviest body tarantula there it is. But look, it's ready to go. This is its defense posture right here, and I've got a nice roach for it. Here we go. Oh! He's biting it. You gonna eat it? This animal is so weird because once it takes it, it just goes crazy with it. But sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. But there it goes. It got it. Look at him sinking his teeth in there. Oh my gosh, those fangs are giant. One of the largest fangs. Woo! He turned around, now he's gonna flick his thing. These are called urticating hairs, so we're gonna close this lid real quick, because what they basically do is they use their hind legs and they push those hairs out, throw them into the eyes of the predator, worry about it. It's almost like getting fiberglass in your eyes. You definitely don't want that. And they can throw those hairs sometimes a few feet. That birding tarantula, yeah, that's one wild animal. I tell you what I think is an unusual animal is this. Of course, my African pixie frog. I love this thing so much. Oh, look at him. He's just like, oh, he's a little monster. Okay, let go of the tongs, buddy. Let go of the tongs. Oh my God. This, of course, is a giant African pixie frog from South Africa. Absolutely incredible animals. They could get 2.5 pounds and as big as your head. I mean, these things are absolutely savages. And look, when he thinks there's food, he's just gonna go crazy for it. It's absolutely ridiculous. I tell you what, that frog is freaking unusual, and it's gonna get this big, and it's gonna be epic. Connie, we've been feeding the kind of most unusual animals here at the Reptarium. Give me what your choice is.
Blue Baron's Racer?
I like it. Let's feed it. The Blue Baron's Racer is really cool. Of course, there's Green Baron Racers and there's Blue Baron Racers. They're the same species, but look different, right? And females are a little bit more grayish blue and the males are bright blue. Absolutely incredible. We have one of those coming up. They have this proboscis on their nose. I'm assuming it's probably because they're luring in birds. And look at how crazy it is. Their mouth is just shaped so unusual, more triangular than most snakes. And again, they're just a really cool animal. Rear fang venomous, mild venom, but they're very docile, so they really don't bite. So I've never known anyone that's been envenomated by it. But an adult male Blue Baron's Racer can get like 8 foot long and about this big around. I can't wait to have one of those on display for sure. I just think that they're absolutely incredible and certainly unusual.
You know what else you should feed, Mr. Brian? Bowser.
Good idea, Mike. I tell you what, Bowser is definitely an unusual animal. Of course, an alligator snapper turtle. By the way, we just weighed him the other day. If you didn't watch that video, I'll put a card to it right here. Pretty cool. He is getting heavy. He's doubled his size since we had him, but he can get a lot bigger. I tell you what a prehistoric animal. And today we're going to give him a rat. We really mix up his meals. There you go. Ah. And again, this is just going to put a lot of protein in him. Again, it's really important to vary your stuff. You wouldn't want to feed this rodents all the time. Weirdly enough, snapping turtles will occasionally eat fruits or vegetables too, which is really bizarre. Getting a big rat, which is going to just put some more protein in him, make him grow big and bad. I want this guy to be 200 pounds. One of my choices of unusual animals would certainly be the monkey tail skinks or the Solomon Island prehensile tail skinks. They love green beans. Look at how long that green bean is. Look at, this is one of their like delicacies. They absolutely love them. These come from a small island chain and there's not a big population of them. For quite a few years, you couldn't import them into the country anymore because of their vulnerability when it comes to being threatened. Now they're kind of being imported again, which I'm not sure I'm a big fan of, to be honest with you. These guys only have one baby babies, sometimes on rare occasions 2 babies, live little babies, once a year at best, sometimes every other year. So it's hard to repopulate the island. So personally, I would like to see it only captive bred, to be honest with you. They're very unusual. They also live in a family group where they actually will take care of their babies for years, and actually other neighbors that live in that group will take care of their babies as well. Just really cool animals and definitely very unusual looking. I love them to death.
Dad, I think you should feed the scorpion.
I agree. Scorpions are definitely weird and unusual. I love this guy. This is actually an African emperor scorpion. Oh, see, he grabbed it immediately. And what he's going to do is use those pinchers. He's going to pull it back to his mouth and he's going to eat it. It's going to take him quite a while, but look at him just pinching on that thing right now. Wow, that is just really crazy. And check this out, guys. If you actually put black light on it, it glows like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. They have a chemical that is on their ectoskeleton that actually has this glowing ability. He's holding on to that super worm right now, and he's going to eventually eat it. This guy is just really cool. And the African emperor scorpions are typically a little bit more docile than the Asian forest scorpions. It is kind of true, and it says the bigger the scorpion, the less the actual potency of that sting is, right? A big animal like this, it's less than a bee sting if you get stung. I've never been stung by him, thankfully.
Brian, you have to feed the false water cobra.
The thing that's interesting about false water cobras is they eat mice, they'll eat rats, they'll eat fish, they'll eat other snakes, and it's kind of cool to see them so interested in whatever you try to feed them. Oh, look at him go. Look at this little monkey right there. And he just powers that down. I mean, they're one of the fastest eating snakes that I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, look at that. Literally, in real time, maybe 2 seconds to eat this. We'll go ahead and give him another one. There you go, bud. Oh! Oh! Now, they are rear fang venomous, so I should have probably used some tongs, because if he would have missed that and got my finger, there's a chance I could have gotten venomated by that. But look at that. Literally, within seconds, it's completely gone. These guys could get like 8, 9 foot. Very impressive animal. Love this little monkey right here. I can't think of any weirder animals than 2-headed animals. Of course, we have 2-headed turtles and we have a 2-headed snake. So let's go ahead and feed the 2-headed turtles. It's really interesting to see when one head takes it and then the other head takes it at the same time. It's almost like they're fighting for the same food. They are so weird and so awesome. You know, every animal is unique in its own way, but there's something that's absolutely adorable about little krill dragons. Look at this little guy here. You want to eat? This guy's going to eat it. Look at him. I love it. He's like, I'm not going to mess around. If you don't eat it, I'm going to eat it. We'll see if this little guy wants to eat. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Nope, this guy's coming back for number 2. And I love the fact that they have those little flaps, those frills that flap when they eat. They're just absolutely incredibly cute. This one, I think, just wants to come out and hang out with me. Hey, little buddy. What's going on? Baby krill dragons, the cutest thing ever. Some of my all-time favorite turtles in the world are fly river turtles. They were a dream for me to get. And the fact that we have 2 of them now are awesome. Now, of course, we want them to get into really large enclosures. And across the street, they're going to be in giant enclosures where I'm really going to be happy. They can get really large, but these guys love their algae pellets. You can see he comes right on over for the algae pellets, and they'll start eating them up like crazy. These guys are almost like the freshwater sea turtle, right? They come from Australia and parts of New Guinea, and they're vegetarian. So again, they eat the algae pellets, they'll eat apples, they'll eat berries, and you can train these guys to come up and eat from you. So that's the whole idea. What we're gonna do when it's across the street is to actually have like maybe pieces of apple where people can come in and feed them. I just think that they're freaking cool. Sometimes called the pug nose or pig nose turtle as well in Australia. One of the coolest animals and most unusual animals that you'll ever see. And we have 2 fly rivers. That was actually Mike, and this is Ike. Ike is actually a little bit more friendly. It comes up and eats immediately. Ike has always been a little bit shy, so you have to be a little bit more careful, but they are both amazing. I think that Ike will be the one to take apples and stuff like that right out of people's hands, but both of them are still gonna be amazing. I tell you, one of the most unusual turtles in the world would be the Matamata Turtles, and he is definitely ready. Look at this. He'll just, whoa, it just sucks it in like that. It actually is like a vacuum. It goes like, pushes air out and sucks air in and actually inhales its prey. Absolutely incredible animal. Amazonian turtle that can get like about 30, 32 inches. This is just a little one right here. It's gonna go over to the expansion. It's gonna get a giant enclosure. It's gonna get really big, and these guys will live a long time. They absolutely look like little leaves, and look at the little smile on its face. It's always smiling, which is super, super cool. I just tell you what, Matamatas, I mean, that is one unusual turtle, and it just inhales its food like no other turtle I've ever seen.
And if you don't like Matamata turtles, what's the motto with you?
Of course, we're gonna be feeding some weird animals here. We gotta feed Tyson, the little albino box turtle.
This turtle.
Oh. Let go, let go. Ah! I did it. That's why it's so weird. It just takes a long time to eat. Like, as soon as food goes in, I can't talk.
Okay, say goodbyes.
Bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.